Hello and welcome back to another video, Magic Cat, and today we are back with another crypto video. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a project that it's been overdue. Okay, it's been such a long time since I wanted to make a video on this because this highlights, and this is more educational than actually the project itself. It's kind of crazy to even explain, but I just wanted to give a shout out to Sunny and his community, the Sunny's Pub. I've learned a lot there literally than in the past year of crypto. So yeah, I definitely recommend you guys joining there. The pub is 24/7, and there he is. That's Sunny right there. Literally ask any of your questions or just sit back and listen to the conversations that people are having. They're talking about really alpha information stuff over in crypto. It's not as simple as, oh, let's hold this, let's hold that. Sometimes you can actually be proactive. Sometimes you can actually, strategically think of tokens that you think will get more volume in trading, which we're going to get into. The whole point of this token is to talk about, liquidity, the wave theory, etc., etc. And they're, having a token like A1A, which is the highlight of this video, so that it can kind of mimic or move like an ETF exchange traded fund, right? Which basically it reflects the sentiment, kind of external, attributes, right? Which if you guys can see right here with A1A, I believe this is A1A. Yeah, A1A right there. I was just looking at the title here. A1A, as you guys can see, there's multiple liquidity pools right here, which is crazy, right? If you guys don't know, if you pair your token with a liquidity pool, for example, let's say Atropa. Now when Atropa goes up, my token, without trading, without volume, will go up in value. It's as simple as that. And obviously now the second thing that this brings, ladies and gentlemen, is that sweet APR by providing liquidity yourself, okay? Which is a really great thing, and I think it's actually a very underrated mechanism to use over in crypto, which I will kind of highlight today. What should you look out for that makes a token more attractive for you to supply liquidity. It will revolve a little bit of mathematics, but not too much. Okay, like for example, right, I'm gonna simulate as if I am gonna add some liquidity to the A1A in a certain in a certain pool, exactly, right? So if you guys look at here, there's a lot of pools, okay? Sometimes what attracts me the most is obviously the first factor is you got to look at volume. This is where the money goes in and out. And as you guys can see, first of all, hold on, why is there two WPLS? Keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. One is version 1, version 2. Most likely version 1 is the lowest one of liquidity, and version 2 is obviously the higher one. Version 1, keep in mind, do not supply your liquidity to that because it does not give you fees, right? Validator fees. So for example, let's say I wanted to provide liquidity to, let's just keep it simple, to WPLS, okay? We might as well. So if I wanted to supply value to, or supply LP tokens to WPLS, what I'm going to do, right? You want to go here, and then you want to paste in the token A1A, and we're going to provide WPLS. Obviously here the two options, version 1, version 2. We're going to keep it at that, and let's see how much do I have here. Okay, we're not going to worry about that for a second. We're going to, let's say I'm going to do 3 million in Pulse, which obviously how liquidity pools tokens work, you need to have equal value of each asset that you go. It's a dual asset. It's a token. If you think about it, I always envision this as an ATM, right? For you to take money in or out, to take money out mostly, right, you need to have liquidity in the ATM itself, right? It doesn't matter how much tokens you have in your bank account. If there's no money in the ATM, you won't be able to move money around or even withdraw it. Okay, so this is why actually providing liquidity, you are incentivized to provide liquidity by getting fees, and the magic number here, okay, but keep that in mind. Okay, first of all, we're going to get to that magic number in a second. Let's say you wanted to provide 5 million Pulse, and obviously PulseX automatically gives you the equal value of the other side of the token. So you're going to need 1,115 A1A, which is $310 as well worth. So now that's going to give us, keep an eye right there, 2.02% of the pool. Okay, which pool are we talking about? Obviously about this liquidity pool, specifically with WPLS in version 2. So if we look at the volume of that in the past 24 hours, this is $9.9 thousand worth. Okay, pretty good stuff. So this is the part where we have to use that magical number. So 9,900 times the magical number, okay, 0.0022. Okay, just memorize that number, easy peasy. You get that number, that's $21 a day. And obviously now you take 2% of that, and that is your sweet rewards for literally being a kind citizen of the A1A ecosystem. And then, so yeah, basically 0.02, and that is how much you have made, which is around 43 cents. Okay, so that's basically, you know, your rewards that you're receiving. And there will be other days that there is way higher liquidity. And this is what I'm going to kind of tangent off to in this video, because this is really mostly about the educational side of things. And I'm not going to lie, it is a buy and hold type of thing. Okay, so in terms of the tokenomics of this, I believe this has 10 million supply, 1% buy sell tax / transfer, and that goes to reflections. And right now we're standing just under 3 million market cap at 2.8 million. Ladies and gentlemen, honestly, I see this as, you know, I think that you would want to hold for sure. I mean, it would be very, very nice to kind of jump in around this price, which let's see how much that was. And that's a beautiful 31x, ladies and gentlemen. That is crazy. Congratulations, honestly, to the A1A. We are literally, honestly, when I look at the graph, I kind of think of it as a, you know, almost trading sideways. Okay, it has tested that resistance level, broke it, which is a bullish sign, right? But honestly, at least we are, you know, solidifying our support level, which is really good, great news, honestly. And at the end of the day, you know, in a consolidation, when a graph is trading sideways, it's a really bullish move, right? It's a really bullish signal. I mean, very healthy, especially with, you know, just generally how things are in crypto, where you have a bloody market. This one is doing absolutely fine. Kind of reminds me of TSFI. Okay, but yeah, aside from that, ladies and gentlemen, you guys can see, by the way, look at those volumes. Look at those volumes in some of those days. Like, you can have a week where you literally make, you know, we're talking like 10 times more in a day, could be even 15 times more. So this 0.4, this, you know, 43 cents, 44 cents, you know, some week that could be 10x for that whole week, which is $4 times 7, right? There you go. That's money that literally adds up. And at the end of the day, you can get those tokens back. So if you have some tokens that are just there collecting dust, why don't you put them in a liquidity pool and have them collect some money, some reflections, basically some fees, because you're validated. That's how proof of stake works, right? But there is a risk here, which is impermanent loss. Okay, and this is mainly happens when there is a significant price increase in one of the tokens. So for example, if you have WPLS is not moving in value, but now A1A did 100x, there's going to be that impermanent loss, and your liquidity pools will no longer be, you know, equal tokens that you initially put in. You'll have to kind of move around, right? You'll have more of WPLS and less of A1A, because A1A went way higher up. That's called impermanent loss. Now, the way to kind of, you know, prevent this, there's no real way to prevent it. Okay, a way to prevent it is to just think ahead of time. Sometimes you have to pull out your liquidity in the right time, but also sometimes it is worth to stick through it, because that volume is so high that it outweighs that impermanent loss. Okay, keep that in mind. There's a lot of things for you here to understand. And what's crazy to me is that I didn't even delve into the whole white paper, guys, honestly. But, you know, look at the A1A, crazy, amazing educational project. Literally almost like taking the red pill in Pulsechain. Oh, hold on. We're in Pulsechain, so it's actually almost like taking the purple pill, okay? Don't take the blue pill. Don't just be holding your tokens. You know, you could be doing something way more proactive. Okay, understand, be more confident in the crypto space. It will literally just give you even better results. You know what I mean? It's an overall good thing for the crypto space, honestly. But let's look at the project outline. Started as an experimental product of inquisitiveness, observation, and innovation for educational purposes. Token A1A is a project with multiple significant liquidity bindings to projects across the Pulsechain Ecosystem Network. It has an originative and advantageous smart contract nature sustained by the waves motion of the market, and acts both as a contributor and a beneficiary for the growth of Pulsechain ecosystem by behaving like an ETF, with the only difference being that the project is needless of investors for its prosperity. Because remember, ladies and gentlemen, I told you about liquidity tokens, liquidity pools, right? Now, if WPLS 10x's, guess what? A1A 10x's itself. So it's literally as simple as that. You have more pools, now you're more exposed to more gains from other pools, and you don't even need your token to be trading in volume to appreciate in price, right? It's as simple as that, ladies and gentlemen. Now, when we move on to the solution, creativity can birth to revolutionary ideas, and knowledge can be worth more than any dollar value. That is very true, ladies and gentlemen, honestly. For this reason, education is the fundamental philosophy of the project. While not everyone has developer knowledge, there are tools and means for all of us to safeguard the crypto space from malicious intent. A1A is trying to hint at the transparency and decentralized essence of the blockchain, with an element of curiosity for everybody due to its uncommon constitution. Now, just a quick thing, he did mention waves motion. Okay, now it's sustained by the waves motion of the market. And now I believe he is talking about the wave theory, which is basically okay, it's not like 100%, you know, proven theory, but it's mostly to do with sentiment and you know, the psychological kind of side of things, and you know, behavior of humans, right? Usually I think it hints at basically with graphs, it kind of behaves like waves, right? And this wave is cut into 8 kind of waves specifically. The first 5 are motive slash kind of trend waves, right? Which is mostly like, let's say, bullish. That's going with the motive, right? Let's say the motive is bullish. And the last 3 waves, which are literally again like you know, behaves like a wave. When you have that up and down staircase, it's either an up staircase or down staircase. The last 3 represents a corrective phase, right? It's as simple as that. I believe that's what he's hinting at. Pretty cool stuff, I'm not gonna lie. You can kind of, sometimes you really can identify the wave theory in a lot of those graphs, really, because at the end of the day, you might think, okay, human movements cannot be predicted, especially like when you look at graphs where you got thousands, if not millions, are trading it. But honestly, when you really look at it, this is why Fibonacci sequences work. You know what I mean? Literal sequences of just natural numbers can be used to predict human nature. It's crazy. That's a whole you know, video on its own, and that's a whole research for me to do as well. But anyways, the origin of the data. The name of the project originates from the unique perception mindset where the dollar value is trivial and the concept of liquidity pairing and adding value is the structural pylon for weighing in the relative value of any desirable asset. This concept can be interpreted as token A, token B. Team, blockchain technology enthusiasts, and a dedicated Pulsechain community are trying to educate using math for forthright improvement of the Pulsechain and blockchain environment in general. The team keeps passionately building in the background for project's welfare, and in the same way, everyone out there is welcome to do the same, as this is our decentralized chain and our project. I love this. I love being on Pulsechain. This is the network of true DeFi. You know, we got things that are happening on the Pulsechain that is literally hasn't been done before. Stuff like the brilliant idea of literally airdropping and cloning, taking a snapshot of Ethereum. Now we have a chance to literally buy Bitcoin when it's been under $100, and I'm proudly going to be able to talk, you know, to say that, right? The whole point is super crazy. You know, the whole thing with the Atropa ecosystem is really crazy. PDAI as well, you know, the first decentralized. I've been saying this in a lot of videos, but a lot of things in PulseChain are happening that has never been happened. Jeez, my grammar is gone. Has never been done before in any network, and I'm super glad it's happening on PulseChain. With Richard Hart, you know what I mean. Hex did a 10,000x. It's crazy. You'd think that that's where he would stop, but no. He literally said PulseChain is his greatest invention. Again, I'm losing my grammar. It's getting late at night, guys, okay? But aside from that, honestly, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not trying to hype you up too much, okay? We're just trying to talk about data here. We're trying to keep it very rational, okay? Data driven, less hype, okay? Token A1A, there is, we talked about it. PulseChain maximum supply, or token supply, I mean 10 million liquidity burnt, which basically means, as opposed to, for example, locking that liquidity, those LP tokens has been sent to the dead address, or for example the tokens that are in the liquidity have been burnt, basically out of circulation. But I think what's meant here is that it's been sent to the dead wallet, which means it can never be retrieved, liquidity can never be removed or drained, etc. It's just a trust factor here. Really great. Owner renounced, kind of same thing, ladies and gentlemen, okay? I've also checked the code itself. I kind of skimmed through it. The first parts of it is really just, obviously importing libraries such as math and the class blueprints for a contract and an address, etc, etc. But it's mostly when you come down here where you can see the constructor for the, what was it called? Yeah, taxable team token. There you go. And obviously this is the original constructor arguments that's been passed through, the name, the ticker, obviously the uints to turn it from, I believe it's called way to readable ints, basically. Integer 8 bits. No, is it 8-bit? Yeah, I'm gonna assume that's 8 bits. I have a feeling I'm wrong. No, it's 8-bit. It was 1 byte. I think I'm wrong there, guys. Honestly, I don't know. And then you got uint. That's obviously the supply. There's much more bits. And then 1, I believe that's for the tax. And this is the probably owner. And that's probably the fee wallet. Simple stuff. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's kind of, simple. It's such a simple contract. Honestly, I think it's really readable, so you guys can also go through it. I want to learn more about Solidity. It's really not that hard. Just looking at this just reminds me of C++. Really quite simple. And yeah, basically the contract is obviously verified. And how many holders are there? Let's check it out. Really. Yeah, we need to click on this, I believe. Holders 1,200 people, quite healthy in number, really good. And yeah, like as I said, this token is quite interesting. Specifically the motive and the story behind it. Again, Sunny, shout out to the guy, super smart guy, honestly. Kind of got my light bulb turned on, where it's like, oh, hold on, I have a lot more things to learn over here in PulseChain. It's not just, okay, let me just invest in this, invest in that. Sometimes you want to take a step back and really understand, what am I really doing? And when you take that, when you invest time in yourself to learn and be more confident and just more knowledgeable about the crypto space that you're playing around in, you actually become a better investor. So I think honestly the ROI in that is more than worth it. But yeah, as I said, I know this video is already stretching a little bit too long, but the whole point of this, right, that kind of also intrigued me, is the whole point of LP supplying. So for example, when I go to search now, okay, actually no, when I go to the main search here, index screener, and I change that to last 24 hours, and I change the rank, or actually I change the rank, and then I go to all platforms, and I just click PulseChain, because that's where I mostly honestly invest in. Liquidity, minimum of that, maximum of whatever. And then for example, now you can rank it by volume and keep it descending, simple as that. And then now you can see what's the highest performing volumes in the index screener, which basically in all of Pulsechain, right? The quick thing I actually wanted to check is, can you select version 1, version 2? I don't think you can. That could be something interesting if they could add. That would be good. But yeah, aside from that, so for example, there you go. You just keep it on version 2. We only want version 2, so we're gonna skip those. And you got PDAI, and then the volume down here is 900k. And then we also want to keep on another factor, which is what? The liquidity. So this is the part where it kind of brings that liquidity to volume ratio. The bigger the ratio, the better entry point for you, because now there's less people providing liquidity, but there's more volume. That means the amount of money that you put in will give you more liquidity share of that pool, which also basically means more, you get more of that share of the daily fees of every transaction, which is the magical number. Remember, 0.0022. So for example, if we now scroll down, I'm just going to kind of look at the least amount of liquidity right here. So 114k, looking at a volume of 218. That's pretty good, and that's Atropa PLS, WPLS. But I'm now going to go, for example, to an even lower number, Mintra / WPLS. That is looking really, really good actually, as a good starting point. But I'm just gonna kind of look at another one. There you go, Zen token. Actually, hold on, that ratio from a volume of 85 for a liquidity of 17, that actually is a really great kind of entry. But remember guys, this volume will not last forever. Okay, there will be ups and downs, so you can actually swing trade kind of LPs. It really depends, but you guys can see that this is a very high volume this week specifically, or actually wait, yeah, this week specifically, as you guys can see. But let's do a quick simulation before we end the video real quick. So for example, I'm going to add imports. I'm going to go to liquidity, add liquidity, connect my wallet, and then we're going to copy this Zen token with WPLS. Okay, and it's on version 2, right? And then let's say we're going to have 4 million pulse, or let's say 2 million. Okay, let's keep it like kind of a normal kind of, actually let's keep it 3, right? Just under $400, right? It will give you a 2.09% share of the pool. Okay, so if you invested 183 plus 183, so a total of 300, what's that number? 360 basically dollars. I think that's great. Yeah, $360. Basically, what will happen now, we will take that magical number and times it by the volume in the past 24 hours, right? 85,000 times 0.0022. So that's the daily fees that it's incurring from transactions. Okay, that's total. But because we are taking 2%, 2.09% share of the pool, we're gonna get only that share of the fees. So 0.0209 to be very specific, times that, and that's $3.9 a day, which is literally above making 1% a day. Okay, that's literally better or equal to a lot of those DeFi apps that are what? That are literally locked staking basically, in a way. So imagine with this, you can make your daily 1% and be able to back out whenever you realize, okay, the volume has kind of died down, let me move on to another thing. It's crazy. You don't need to lock anything. That risk is reduced drastically, right? For example, with BSC drip, if you deposited $2,000, you have to literally stick it through, and have that risk where drip itself could reduce in value, and then you're stuck with it, and now your 1% means nothing because the value of drip has decreased. I'm just using that as an example, by the way. But with this here, you can literally make your daily 1%. It could even sometimes, because of volume, it could spike up. You can make 5% a day. Heck, I've seen some that were 10% a day, by the way. It was crazy. And then you can literally pull out. Sometimes you gotta be in and out of things for 3, 4, 5, 7 days, 2 weeks here and there, passive. Don't make your holdings collect dust. You can make them make more money for you. That's the end lesson of today. That's the end lesson of A1A. What a great discovery of a token. again, as I said, this has been overdue. Shout out to the pub community. Shout out to Sunny. The guy is super smart. Honestly, glad to be here. Glad to have him on PulseChain, and I'm glad to be here as well on PulseChain to experience stuff like this. You know, really intrigues me. It gets me eager and excited to learn more about Solidity. I think definitely, you know, I got myself a DeFi book that talks about, you know, running smart contracts and launching dApps, decentralized apps. So I've been reading that as well. So expect a book review very, very soon. You know what I mean? Stuff like this kind of gets me really excited, to be honest. I'm with that, you know, continuous improvement type of mentality. I'm never enough. Okay, I'm a student of life. I'll always be continuing to learn, and I think you guys should too. And this is why I'm gonna carry on making videos for you guys. As much as I learn new stuff, I will be making more videos. So if you guys see me stop making videos, that's because I'm disappointed in myself and I haven't learned anything new to talk about. Okay, but in the past months I've been uploading very consistently, and I'm very happy with that. I've been enjoying making videos, and I hope you guys have been enjoying my videos as well, finding them valuable and finding them valuetainment. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna end the video there. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you in another video. Take care.